the North Atlantic, a place where the world feels infinite and utterly indifferent. Waves crash with the force of artillery. The sea offers no forgiveness. Far off Scotland's coast, on the desolate Eilean Mòr in the Flannan Isles, stood a solitary lighthouse, a vital sentinel. It was December of 1900. 3 skilled men were stationed there: Thomas Marshall, the steady relief keeper; James Ducat, an experienced veteran; and William MacArthur, competent but short-tempered. Joseph Moore, their colleague, was ashore. Life on the island was arduous: cleaning lenses, polishing brass, logging weather, hauling coal. Nights were shifts, ensuring the great light never faltered. It was demanding, forging bonds or breaking men. They were professionals, accustomed to the ocean's raw power. They knew the sea. They respected it. But even for men intimately familiar with the ocean's moods, there are limits. Limits to what the mind can comprehend, what the human spirit can endure when faced with the inexplicable. On Eilean Mòr, those limits would soon be tested and breached. Weeks of growing unrest. Storms lashed the Flannans, isolating the keepers. Sporadic telegrams detailed harsh conditions, nothing unusual. The men were simply enduring winter. Then, on December 15th, the steamship Archtor passed. Its captain noted a strange, unsettling detail. The Flannan Isles light is not lit. He reported it immediately. Mainland reaction was confusion, even dismissal. A temporary fault, a quick repair, logical explanations. The lighthouse was built to withstand the worst. For its light to be out, it was almost unthinkable. The Northern Lighthouse Board dispatched a telegram to Joseph Moore: prepare for immediate departure on the relief vessel Hesperus. But storms continued, delaying the Hesperus for nearly 2 weeks. Every day, unease grew. What fault could keep the light out so long? The Hesperus finally set sail on Boxing Day, December 26th. As they approached Eilean Mòr, fog lifted, revealing the lighthouse stark and silent. No flag flying, no sign of life. An ominous stillness had descended. The Hesperus dropped anchor. Joseph Moore, heart heavy, volunteered to go ashore. The small boat battled choppy waters to the western landing, steep steps leading up. A profound silence enveloped him, unnatural for a working lighthouse. No welcoming shouts, no familiar figures, only gulls and the relentless ocean. He reached the heavy iron gate, locked, from the inside. Lighthouse protocol, gate always open. Moore climbed over. The main door was closed but unlocked. He pushed it open. A chill, deeper than the sea air, emanated. "Hello?" Moore called out, his voice swallowed by echoes. No reply, no movement. The air was still and cold. Everything seemed in place. He checked quarters, kitchen, bedrooms, empty, every room. Moore returned to the Hesperus, face pale, to deliver the news to Captain Harvey. "Something's wrong," he stammered. "The men are gone." Harvey and crew returned with Moore for a thorough search. What they found, or rather, what they didn't find, would forever cement the mystery. The 3 lighthouse keepers, Thomas Marshall, James Ducat, and William MacArthur, had vanished without a trace. It was as if the island itself had swallowed them whole, leaving only the cold, silent stone of the lighthouse and a growing dread. The search intensified. Every inch of Eilean Mòr and its lighthouse was examined. Findings were mundane, yet deeply unsettling. In the kitchen, an uneaten meal of mutton and cabbage, plates laid out, an overturned chair nearby, suggesting sudden movement, a hurried departure, or a struggle. No other signs of violence. 2 sets of oilskins were missing, but a third set, MacArthur's, still hung there. Perplexing. Why would 2 men venture into a storm geared, while the third went out without? The most chilling discovery, the logbook. Entries leading to the disappearance told a strange, disturbing story. December 12th, Ducat wrote of severe winds the like of which I have never seen. Marshall, very quiet. MacArthur, crying. What could reduce a hardened keeper to tears? December 13th entry. Storm continued all day, did not leave the tower, ship seen through window. Thomas Marshall and James Ducat quiet. William MacArthur crying and praying. The log went on. Midnight. Storm ended. God is above all. No storm was recorded by any other vessel or weather station that day. The storm they described was localized, perhaps internal. The final entry, December 15th. Storm ended. Sea calm. God is above all. The logbook painted men under immense psychological duress, experiencing a storm existing only for them. Only minor damage was found. A twisted iron railing, scattered ropes. Hardly enough to explain 3 men vanishing without a trace. No bodies, no boats missing. They were simply gone. The official inquiry concluded the men were likely swept away by a rogue wave. Plausible for one, but for 3 seasoned keepers? Why without all oilskins? Why leave an uneaten meal, an overturned chair inside? Other theories. A violent disagreement, escalating to murder, bodies disposed of at sea. MacArthur's temper, his crying, but the lack of struggle, blood, makes this difficult. How could one overpower 2, dispose of 3 bodies without a trace? Some whispered of sinister forces. Flannan Isles folklore spoke of spirits. Could a malevolent entity have lured them, or simply erased them? Chilling logbook entries, unseen storm, men praying, crying, feed this narrative. The sudden calm, then the light out, adds to the eerie feeling. Another theory. One keeper, driven mad, murdered the others, then committed suicide. Again, no violence, no body. Perhaps a combination, isolation, relentless storms, psychological pressure, creating shared delusion, collective madness. Logbook entries suggest breakdown. But even so, how to explain the complete absence of remains? The sea almost always gives back what it takes. This time, it did not. A new crew manned the Eilean Mòr lighthouse. Joseph Moore, deeply affected, struggled with his duties, haunted by the empty rooms and silent tower. He never forgot that profound chill. The light continued to shine, a steadfast guardian. But the mystery of its former keepers remained. Unanswered questions lingered, whispered on the wind. What truly happened to Thomas Marshall, James Ducat, and William MacArthur? What force, natural or unnatural, could make 3 seasoned men vanish from their sanctuary? Was it the crushing power of the North Atlantic, an impossible wave? Was it human failing, a desperate act, erased by the indifferent sea? Or something else, beyond comprehension, a shadow still lurking in Flannan Isles folklore, claiming its silent toll? Eilean Mòr Lighthouse was automated in 1971, human keepers replaced by cold machinery. But the story of the 3 men who disappeared that December night lives on, a chilling reminder that some doors, once opened, reveal only the vast, echoing void of the unknown, and sometimes the dark simply swallows you whole.